is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Communication, lack of execution, obviously was a big play in the game. We've struggled at the end of halves with turnovers, and unfortunately we got one, again today. And we lost out on points that ended up being big points in the game.
And then after that, you guys came out, 3 and out, I think 3 times.
Yeah.
Do you think that has some lasting impact for you guys?
Look, our guys, they bounced back. I think it was, more execution on Buffalo's part and lack of execution on our part. You got to give them credit. We at the end of the day, especially in the second half, we didn't move the ball efficiently enough, especially those first 3 drives. Got to go on that 4th drive, I believe. We might call the long ball on 4th down, but just didn't make enough plays.
Since we're on that play, you were going to call time. You came down to the official booth,
Yeah.
You might call time now.
Yep.
What were you seeing?
I went down there. I saw us lined up and in position to motion. I looked at the clock. Looked like we had enough time. And then, between the snap, the hit mic, and it was just a bad play.
There were other plays where players had trouble getting into the right alignment. Was there a common thread in any of this?
Yeah, just overall miscommunication.
From two to players, or
it's everyone kind of plays a role in that. You never want to put it on one guy, but getting the call, getting the alignment, getting the shift, getting the motion, with the crowd noise, just we didn't execute, and I think we ended up kind of going to more just standard formations with less shift and motion than later in the game.
What do you think of Tua's play today?
Again, I know there's some plays he wishes he had back. The one before the half for sure, and then the interception. But he made some good throws. I thought we moved the ball decently in the first half, got some first downs in the run game, threw some good balls to Parker, and got Gesicki on that 4th down. I thought he did some good things, but overall not enough.
About your message to the team at 1-7, obviously, playoffs are always an aspiration, but at 1-7, pretty much I just wanted to see what are you telling players?
I'm telling them to. I thought the guys fought. It's a good team. I thought they fought. I thought they played hard. I thought they played with great effort. But we got to make more plays, And I think it's things that we can definitely get fixed. A shift in motion and just an alignment error. Some other things, that we missed in the game, some misalignments defensively as well. We just, if we can do some of those things on a more consistent basis, it'll definitely go a long way, and to have the results we want.
What do you think the disconnect is from you two? I know you're getting tired of that, answering questions about what's the marketing from week 2 to now. What do you think the disconnect is?
I think it's something different really every week. I think it's, drops, not getting aligned, not having enough guys on, defensively. I know that happened one time. Just overall miscommunication.
Brian, how does your post-game routine differ maybe after a loss than it would after a win?
As far as watching the game and going through that routine, nothing really changes. There's always, good plays, bad plays, good calls, bad calls, things you kind of wish you do a little bit differently. So, it doesn't really change. I think, there's always things that you wish you would have done better in a win or a loss. But obviously in a loss, those plays, those calls, those situations for players and coaches, it's something you sit there and go, hey, if we'd have done this, this, and this, we may have a different outcome.
What about immediately after a game? What's your routine after the game? Do you speak to the team? Or?
Yeah, speak to the team, tell them my thoughts on the game, and go talk, to our trainer and talk about some, injuries and how guys are doing, and that's really the routine.
Was there, given that normally we speak to you before most of the players, and today later, is there anything we should know? Did you have like an extended talk with the team, or anything that you could tell us?
Like always, my conversations with players I try to keep them confidential. Players, coaches, I keep them confidential. So, there's always conversations. Today I really just kind of sat there, sitting there. It's a tough loss. It's a number of losses in a row. So, I just figured we'd let the players go.
Were there conversations with Steve Ross or Chris Rea after the game?
Yeah, I always talk to Steve and Chris after the game. But again, those conversations are, between them and I.
Well, do you have, after the start, do you have any concerns about, you got security or
I'm just worried about the players. I'm worried about the players. I'm worried about getting them better, helping them improve. So no.
It was mentioned on the CBS broadcast that Preston did not come due to discipline. Can you tell us anything about his
Yeah, we didn't, for disciplinary reasons. He wasn't on the trip. Obviously, we'll revisit that in the morning and talk through it, but I expect him to be with us.
Well, with the trade deadline coming up, are you guys a quarterback away here? Are you guys going to make a trade, or using the same pattern on doing it?
Like I said, Tua's our quarterback. Tua's our quarterback.
Beyond that, what about the other direction? At 1-7, is there any, pressure from the front office to start offloading players and become sellers at the deadline?
Yeah, those are conversations, I'll have with Chris, tomorrow. But that's, right now I'm really kind of focused on, the game we just had, the, things we need to improve on and get better to turn this thing around.
Question.
Thank you, guys.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.